What are all the components that you need to have in an effective sales playbook, or sales Bible as I call it? Well, there's a lot of components, because really the whole purpose of having a sales Bible is going to be taking your new sales team from ground zero all the way to where they need to be, setting appointments, closing deals, prospecting, and making your company grow. All of those things are going to start off with what your company history is. So when were you started? How long have you been in business? What is your company's purpose? What is your company's mission? What awards or recognition or accomplishments has your company had? This is so important to make sure you start off with in your sales Bible, because it's going to give your salespeople a frame of reference about your company and something to point to if they need to edify your business and sales conversations. But it's also going to help them build belief in who your company is, that your company's been around for a while, that you actually do what you say you're going to do, that you hired them to sell, that you all actually offer great products and services, that you actually help your customers. Making sure you spend time on your company background is absolutely going to make a huge difference in how your salespeople approach speaking with their customers and the confidence they have talking about your company, your products, and your services, especially if you offer things like guarantees. One of the hardest things for a new salesperson to do typically is really have so much confidence in a new product or service or guarantee, especially if it's really good. It might seem too good to be true. And so showing that you have a track record of success, you have a history of providing for your customers, is absolutely going to help your salespeople have that much more confidence. The next thing that you're going to want to really go into depth about in your sales Bible is going to be your customer profile. So this is going to be every single detail you can think of about your ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer? What do they look like? So are they a business owner? Are they homeowners? Do they like sports? What are their hobbies? What is their age range, right? What kind of platform are they using on social media? What kind of content are they consuming? What is their biggest problems? What are the solutions that you offer those problems, and what kind of benefit does it make for that target audience? A lot of times companies want to hire salespeople and say, we're kind of looking for these people, just start making calls and see what you can get. This really is going to set your salespeople off on not a great trajectory, because they're just going to be focused on trying to make sales and not who the customer is and how to actually solve their problems based on what your company can offer. So having a detailed description of who your client is, what they're looking for, how much they spend, and really just giving a solid description will help your salespeople understand when they get into sales calls how to qualify those leads better and how to make sure that they're a good fit and that the product and service that they're trying to offer to those leads actually makes sense and is actually going to help them. The third thing that you want to make sure that you have in a sales Bible is going to be your products and services. Now, with your products and services, you should have everything that your salesperson could be talking about. Now, don't expect your salespeople to learn all of these products and services right away. It is going to still take time. However, you want to be able to give them all of the product information so that way they can start learning it and researching it when they have downtime or on their own. One of the things that I always like to do when I'm creating a sales Bible or helping a client create a sales Bible is go ahead and make a graph or a chart with all the different products or services, all the different key features and benefits of each one, exactly the solutions that it provides for the customers, and the different price points, and how that actually is going to play out in a sales scenario for each customer. So maybe one customer profile fits one product or service, but maybe a different customer profile fits a different product or service. You can have all of those things laid out in your sales Bible so your salesperson is fully equipped with all the information they need to be able to attack making calls, setting appointments, and talking to leads. The next thing that you want to make sure that you have in your sales Bible is going to be a whole section on systems and processes that your salesperson is going to follow to do their job effectively. One of the biggest problems that salespeople typically have is not tracking their activity and is not taking notes on their sales call and other aspects of their job. Salespeople are people. They're typically not super detail oriented as far as doing admin related tasks. So you want to make sure that you have a sales Bible that actually documents everything that they need to do, how many calls they need to make a day. So what systems do they use to make calls? What systems do they use to manage their contacts? What systems do they use to find leads? What systems do they use to track those leads and organize those leads? A CRM, for example. And what's the process for when they get a lead? What do they do first? What's the process for when they're on a call? What is the goal of the call and where is that call leading to? What is the process for after a call? What is the process for when someone wants to become a customer? What is the process for when after someone is already a customer? You need to have all of these things documented, again, so that your sales team can really start to understand detailed pieces of the sales process, as well as the overarching goal and picture, so that they know how to navigate the sales conversations, the processes, and the customer cycle in order to lead your leads and customers to that desired goal. I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. Now, what's the next thing you should have in your sales Bible? The next thing you should have is a complete breakdown of your compensation plan. If there's a base pay included in their compensation, you should have that listed, whether it's hourly, whether it's salary. You should have the commission structure laid out. Again, I like to use a graph to highlight the different products and services, at what level the customer is purchasing, and then the actual breakdown of what the commission is on that product or service. Again, when you're working with salespeople, one of the best ways you can have a performance conversation is not to tell them that they need to hit a certain goal, but to ask them what their goals are. What do they want to accomplish? How much money do they want to make? And then you can give them the sales Bible and you can say, great, based on the amount of money that you want to make and the production that you want to bring into the company this month, what do you need to sell and how much of it? Let them set their own goals. Let them be self-accountable. This is going to make your performance conversations much more productive, much more tailored for your sales rep, and much more effective. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your compensation breakdown in the sales Bible per product or service very clearly, so that your salespeople can do their math and do their numbers, and they know exactly how to hit their financial goals. Okay, so a final few tips on things that you can do to enhance your sales Bible, your sales playbook, and make it that much more effective. The first thing is that you can provide links to blogs or written documents on your website or in Google Docs or some other format that actually are product descriptions, process manuals, social media pages, any kind of resource that would add explanation or add educational material to a topic in the sales Bible is going to be super beneficial. So maybe for each of your product or service, you don't want to put an in-depth description, very specific, in your sales Bible. Well, that's fine. You can just put a link to that specific product or service page on your website, and the salesperson can go and they can read about that specific product or service through that link. The next thing that you want to make sure that you include when you can is to go ahead and start turning different pieces and parts of your sales Bible into tutorial videos. So what does that mean? Well, let's say you have a clock-in system that you want your salesperson to use to clock their time. Well, maybe you can make a quick screen recording of you actually using that system and then link it to that part of the sales Bible. So if your sales team ever has a question about how they clock in, they can really just go watch that video. You can also link recordings of product demos, of sales calls, of client meetings, of client success stories. Anything that you have that's going to add value, add educational content, and just increase the amount of content in your sales Bible that is directly pertained to how your sales team can do a better, effective job selling their customers is going to be absolutely great to have. So again, having links to separate content as well as creating videos that go over different processes, systems in your organization that your sales team is going to have to use, but also any other videos like customer testimonials, customer success stories, and anything else that would pertain to that. Hey guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you got some value out of that, make sure you go ahead and let me know by leaving a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and comments down in the comment section. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. We release 3 videos a week, one on sales, one on marketing, and one on VAs. And of course, if you want to check out some of our services or products, check out the links in the description, as well as you can find information on one-on-one coaching and consulting with me, where we can dive into the specific strategies and solutions that you need in order to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures, or low 7 figures to more 7 figures.